Wow, what a beautiful sunset.
Yeah. It's so pretty.
It's
So
absolutely
the clouds. I honestly think the clouds are making it more pretty. Right? It's giving a kind of like a soft texture. The sky looks like grains of sand. Like sand. Sure.
And here you will find in his natural habitat. Oh my gosh, this is the fourth one.
It's a disaster.
Today was actually a super fun day, and you wouldn't believe that she did work today all day for the kitchen renovation because we are not in the kitchen right now.
No, we're definitely not in the kitchen. We're in the back, a back room upstairs of the house.
So you might be confused what room we are in the house right now. Today we are working tonight. It's super late. We're working late tonight on one of the back bedrooms of the house upstairs. It is one of the biggest, second biggest bedroom that we have in the house.
Yeah, it's big.
And you can see that someone had already previously taken down a lot of the plaster walls. This was a closet area there, and our chimney that goes from where our wood stove is goes up into this room here. This is the back wall, kind of side wall where we have our bathroom. And there's just a lot of wiring projects, I guess you could say, that need to be happened in this room. And right now we've been using it just for some storage, just for some furniture and some stuff that we haven't even unpacked yet since we've got here. Our goal today and why we're working on this, because I know you know we're getting that kitchen kind of geared for that next big project, is the smallest bedroom and this bedroom we've been kind of bouncing back and forth with storage. And we have some items that are at this house here that need to go from to the cottage property. Yes. And then some of our kitchen supplies have been being stored up here that need to now get moved downstairs to where we're going to be working on the kitchen renovation.
Which there has been a lot of comments about the cottage, and people are really excited and they want to know what's going on with the cottage. Rest assured that there is something epic going to go on with the cottage. So patience is a virtue.
Patience. Yes, we have been getting a lot of comments, but right now our number one priority before we get to the most insane, epic kind of like reveal of the cottage, we have a huge plan for the cottage that will be coming up, I believe, early spring. I'm hoping by early March.
Yeah.
But the number one priority right now is for us to get our kitchen in.
Oh, yeah.
Because with no kitchen at this house, we're not going to work on the cottage. Right. So right now, Philip is shoveling up all of this debris that was left here from previous owners. We did not tear this down. No. We wouldn't have done a demolition in this way. But one of the previous owners that abandoned this left this room in this type of a mess. So we're bagging it all up. Philip is going to carry it all out. And then we're going to be able to move and shuffle some of the stuff that we have in both rooms to get access to all that kitchen stuff that we need to get going on with the kitchen.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
I guess since we haven't had much snow, there's no better use for a snow shovel.
What I think right now, I believe it's minus 30 outside, and it's really warm in the house.
It's nice and warm in the house, so we're really happy we have the wood stove going. And actually, we picked up a kinetic fan today, which was really nice because we've been trying to get one previously over the past couple weeks, and they were sold out. So we were able to pick up a kinetic fan today, which we're excited about. Mussels. We have the door shut to kind of contain some of the dust from doing this because there's just really no good way of getting up all of this. You can see there's like slats from the wall, a lot of plaster, even some pieces of insulation that they kind of like stuck in between the wood slats there on the wall. It's just a mess. Ceiling. The room needs everything. But we are not tackling this space right now. We are just rotating some of the supplies that we need to get access to the kitchen stuff.
But that love's always yoon.
That love's always yoon. Yesterday I couldn't find Philip when I was finished doing something. I was like, where did your dad go? None of us knew where Philip went. A few minutes later, in comes Philip in shorts, a t-shirt, and he had just gone for a little hike around the acreage in his shorts. It was so mild out. And then today, minus 31. How does that make sense?
It does not.
You're doing such a good job. I just don't think I should step in and help you.
Right? You wouldn't want to get in the way right now. I'm on such a roll. Why ruin a good thing?
Why ruin a good thing? My job was condensing all of this extra stuff here that hasn't kind of been put into its spots yet or been taken over to the cottage into this corner so that we could actually get to some of the stuff that was here and then kind of find some of the things like this is a light for the cottage and we have just some recyclables and stuff now from unboxing some things that need to go out to recyclable. Lots of work that we do here behind the scenes getting things kind of accomplished around the house.
It's not the first time that I'm happy. It's not the first time I feel good. But it's been a while since that happened, knock on wood. I try to stay cool on the surface. I'd ask you to stay if I could. Though my lips are sealed, you still get me, yeah you do. That's why I said.
So we now have all of this stuff condensed from the 2 rooms. We have the bed, furniture and stuff that needs to go to the cottage. We have some shelving and some things that are supposed to be furniture for the boys' bedrooms that we haven't built yet because their flooring hasn't been done yet. So we have the majority of this all cleaned up and now we're ready to clear out the other room. So after a few more hours of work, we now have the second room here all cleared out. We're just right now sweeping and mopping the floor. We have everything that was in this space that was supposed to go to the cottage and stuff condensed into that other room. And you can see that a lot of the plaster walls have already been taken down in this space as well. And so this room is actually just going to stay empty for now that we've cleaned it all out. We're just going to get all the actual like cleanup done. And then we will be ready to kind of tackle the kitchen. But I want to show you my sink and faucet and a few things that I have for the kitchen. One of the fun things about starting the next big project, not only will we have another area of the house completed, and a kitchen is a super important room, obviously, as you know, and we've been going for over 7 months now having absolutely zero kitchen. We've been utilizing the barbecue and the crock pot and electric frying pans and all the extra kitchen gadgets you can imagine because we actually moved into here with no kitchen. And so this has been the project that Philip and I have been the absolute most excited about, and coming to the conclusion that we're going to DIY build from scratch our entire kitchen means that there's a lot of supplies that we need to gather this week to gear up for this next big project. We already have a lot of the items that we are going to need to actually build the kitchen already pre-ordered and kind of taken care of. We're just waiting for all that to show up this week. Today's task is to actually completely empty the room that the new kitchen is going to go in so that we can show you guys where the layout and how everything is going to kind of come to life in this space. Get all of our measurements for our plans all perfect. It's pretty exciting that we're at that step. And so what we wanted to do this week, which we hadn't already organized, was what countertops are we going to use? I previously had picked up 2 countertops, which we're actually going to be using into the laundry room. And because we're trying to cut costs on the kitchen, we want to make sure that the kitchen countertop that we're going to be putting into the kitchen space matches almost identically. We were able to go to the city the other day to go and look at a whole bunch of kitchen countertop samples. And we've decided that we're going to go with a laminate countertop. And ideally, we would love to do a stone of some type, marble, granite, quartz, something a little more glamorous than using laminate countertops. So likely eventually when we can afford to, and it's a little bit like less in this budget here, we will actually upgrade the countertops in the main kitchen spot. But we were quoted upwards of between $4,000 and $6,000 just for the island size that we're building in the kitchen. That's not any countertop that needs to go behind on the main wall where the kitchen's going to go, or transitioning that to match into the laundry pantry room, which will also have some counter space. So we're looking at like $12,000 to $14,000 for countertops. Not happening. We're trying to do the entire kitchen in under $5,000. And so that would obviously put us in the negative before even building a kitchen. And I need more than just countertops in the kitchen. So we're actually going to be doing laminate countertops. And we were really excited because we selected between 2. We both really loved both of these. We loved this one because it was almost an identical match to 2 IKEA countertops, which we had previously bought. So there's no point in buying more countertop and just use those 2 that we already have in the laundry room. So this selection is the one that we think we're going to go with because then we can save another maybe $400 or $500 on the kitchen renovation, not replacing something we've already bought. This one though, we absolutely love, and we love it because it has a little bit of an orange tone coming through, sort of more of like the organic neutral browns and grays that would be more like a stone. And as you know, our flooring that we're putting throughout the house has a little bit of that orange undertone. And so we really are struggling between these two. Spend a little extra, replace the ones we already bought, which were maybe about $200, and do the colorful one, or go with the one that we already kind of have to go along with it and buy less countertop right now. What are your thoughts? Which one do you like better? Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Do you like the more colorful one or the more neutral white with the marble look onto it? So we have to decide this by Monday to be able to transfer this to get this here within the 2-week schedule of needing the countertop. So comment today. Leave me a comment. So I wanted to keep some of the original integrity of the house, and because previous owners had actually ripped out the kitchen that was original to the house, or we think was original, we were fortunate enough to be able to get in contact with an old realtor who had sold this house through in about 2007, 2008, and she showed me pictures of what the original kitchen looked like. So I was excited to see that it was a white, bright, and sort of farmhouse vibe kitchen. I couldn't really see what type of sink they had, but I imagine that at some point this kitchen did have a beautiful apron sink. And I have always wanted a farmhouse apron sink. And although I'm not going for a farmhouse look in the kitchen, I wanted to incorporate this into the design. And so actually I had some items that we had purchased when we first got here that didn't fit into the house size that we were kind of wanting to put them into, and was able to return them to IKEA, which meant that I had to use the store credit there so I could splurge on this really beautiful sink. So this sink was something that I'm not including into the budget of our under $5,000 for the kitchen because I had already picked this up, but I will tally it in and show you at the end all of the things that we already had to incorporate into that, because this sink I believe was about $400, and so I was able to use that store credit to get it. I wanted to have a gooseneck faucet and I couldn't find one in the gold color that I really wanted, and you know from watching my channel that I'm kind of picky when it comes to what the gold color looks like, with my struggle of finding the perfect gold spray paint, and I don't want to spray paint a faucet, and so I was really lucky that I was able to find this gorgeous gooseneck faucet online. I'll put the link in the description. I believe I still have the link for that. And this was only $129. So this was a really great price. Faucets can really add up quickly. And one of the things I loved about it was obviously that it had a gooseneck faucet, but that it would look absolutely stunning with this farmhouse sink. And one of my favorite features on it is the little hot and cold dials at the front here that actually just show you on the little white porcelain knobs on the top. So I absolutely love this. I haven't had a faucet like this before, and I think this is going to look amazing with this farmhouse sink. So today, Philip and I, after we've found all of our items that are going to go into the kitchen and moved everything down from these two spaces that were upstairs, we're ready to start ripping out the flooring that's where the kitchen is going to be. The laundry room and kitchen room still needs to have the flooring put in that matches the hallway, living room, and into the studio room. And so all of that is going to flow, and the flooring through the whole house is going to be the same. So we've chosen not to do a tile or a different flooring in the kitchen. We have that waterproof flooring that we've been putting through everything else, and we think that's going to be perfect to put in the kitchen. And then that's also going to have our eat-in spot. So everything's going to be cohesive throughout on the main floor. So we're looking forward to that. Philip likes to put the flooring in, so he's going to start tackling that later today. And I want to line up on the floor and actually tape out where the size of the island is going to go, where the countertops based on our plans are going to sit out into the room, and show you guys a visual layout of where everything is going to be for the design of the kitchen, and show you how we're going to be building this and putting this together. Because we're starting, as soon as the flooring's done, we start assembling kitchen, which is pretty exciting. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. We show you the design of the kitchen and what we're working on in the next stages of getting this big project underway. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me your suggestions on which countertop you think we should choose for our kitchen.